sure. A lot of credit to Nova Southeastern. I mean, they showed up tonight for sure and played really well. I thought they were the better team tonight. We had a really nice first half, a lot of exchanges, kind of like the game we did over here earlier in the year. But about the first 5 minutes of the second half, kind of caught up with us a little bit, and we did a nice job fighting back. I like to see the fight in our guys to do that, but when you get that far behind a team this good, it's hard to. You have to expend so much energy to get back in the game. But we just had a hard time. We had a really hard time defending them. David Dennis was outstanding. Had a really, really good game, and you know, the good basketball team. I always say the team that comes out of this region is going to have a chance to win the national championship. And if we were sitting here as the winners tonight, I would say the same thing about us. This region is outstanding. This conference is unbelievable. And, you know, I think that Nova's going to have a good chance to go out there and win the whole thing. I wish it was us, but it just didn't happen for us tonight.
Michael, Coach mentioned David Dennis was outstanding tonight, especially seemed like on those drives to the basket. What makes him so good, and what was difficult for you guys to stop?
He can finish with both hands, so it's kind of hard. He's strong, he's quick. When he goes downhill, it's kind of hard to stop him. It's just as simple as that. So, I mean, we struggled. I feel like our first couple of meetings with them, we did a real good job, but good players always find a way to shine when the lights are the brightest, and that's what he did tonight.
Jamal, with like 3 minutes left in the game, I think the basket they were defending, there was a crazy sequence there. A couple of their guys got hurt. Did you see what happened?
I didn't see what happened. All I just turned around and see they had both guys on the floor. That was it.
Coach, did you see?
I didn't even see the play. No, to be honest, I didn't.
Jamal, 3 times against Nova this year, kind of your 3 best games, offensively at least. What is it about this matchup, or maybe this defense that allows you to kind of have a big day?
It's just the press that they pressure the ball, and that gets us layups and everything, and that's really my game, is getting close to the basket and just finishing at the rim. That's the only reason why.
Coach, I'll turn to you here. Just kind of talk about this special season and this group of seniors and what this means for the program moving forward.
Well, just a great group of guys. It was hard to dress them in the locker room. You know, these guys, I told them, they're not just good players. They're really, really good people. And it's been a privilege to coach these guys. They've had a really, really special season. Made things absolutely great and easy for me and our coaching staff. Just really good people, and they've allowed a foundation to be laid down that we should be really, really proud of. They should put their heads down. 25 and 7 and regional finalists. You know, when I came back to Lynn, I said I wanted to win a national championship. We needed 4 games to win it, but we'll hopefully our guys coming back will learn from it, and we'll be able to have a chance to get back here next year. But special group of guys, love these guys, and can't say enough great things about them.
Jamal, I'll come back to you. Just talk about what it's been like as a 4-year fighting night and just coming in and this whole experience.
It's been a very great experience. You know, when they recruited me out of high school, you know, they always told me that, you know, just follow our plan, and, you know, one day you'll play in the tournament. And, you know, coming my senior year, that's exactly what happened. And, you know, this is one of the best experiences of my life, just follow Coach Price and meet teammates like Michael Baez and Darius Moore and Brandon Bornellis, just to meet all those guys and spend the time with them in the bond that we built with each other.
And Mike, kind of similar for you as a junior transfer coming from Wingate. Kind of just talk about your experience here at Lynn.
It was an experience here that you only dream about, to be honest. Coming from being a transfer, I got to experience, you know, a certain type of programming, and then come to a program where the culture is rich and the coaches, they love you, and the team is just, we're a family. Like, our last game was today, but I don't plan on stopping talking to these guys for the next 20, 30 years. You know, I love everybody, and I feel love, and it was one of the greatest experiences I ever have. I'll tell my kids about this one day.
This is kind of for both Michael and Jamal. There were a couple times where you guys got back to probably about a 9-point deficit in the second half. What things went well for you to, you know, get back to that point and fight back in the game?
Well, I mean, when we get stops, we get to run our offense, and it's kind of hard for people to stop us when we're running our offense, just as much as we struggle to stop them. But, I mean, we just had to believe, you know. We tried to believe, and unfortunately we came up short. I mean, they're a good team, so they're going to know how to hold a lead. But once we started buckling down and playing our brand of basketball, we were able to cut it down a little bit. Just unfortunately we weren't able to get all the way back there.
I'll tell you what I tell the players all the time. I need to watch the tape better. If I knew, I wouldn't let it happen, but it happened fast. And we've had spells like that. There's one thing about our team. If there's anything about our team I haven't been happy with is sometimes we go through spells where we get back on our heels and we kind of start getting glazed looks in our eyes a little bit. And this wasn't a good game to do that against a team this good. We've been able to do it in some games and bounce back out of it, as you know, and win those games. But this is a tough one to have a 4 or 5 minute spell where you let them get on a run like that, basically playing a road game in the regional finals. So there's no question the game was lost in that 5 minute stretch right there. But I give our guys a lot of credit for fighting back into the thing and continuing to be aggressive. I think we got it back down to maybe 8 or 9. I don't remember what it was, but showed a really good fight.
You guys have rebounded Southeastern. What makes you such a strong team on the boards?
We've been successful at that end all year. You know, I think we're one of the top rebounding teams in the league. We had 17 offensive rebounds tonight. I mean, you know, we've got some size inside. Rashid's active around there. Daniel Cooper's a great rebounder. You know, he's always got it. His nose for the ball. He's always around the ball. And then we've got big wings too. We don't rebound as well when we play our smaller guards, but we've been a good rebounding team all year, and we've actually the last few games here have been really special on the boards. And I thought we were pretty good tonight. We just didn't get enough stops in the half court. It wasn't even the transition. It was a half court. They just scored in the half court a lot. Got a lot of twos on us.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Jim Crutchfield, along with student athletes from the left, David Dennis. Drawing a blank.
Dwayne Gibson.
Dwayne Gibson. It's been a long day. And Mitchell Colstock. There you go. Coach, you want to go ahead and get us started with the statement?
Yes. First of all, great atmosphere for basketball here today. The kind of excitement that it's hard to generate that in regional play or anytime. The crowd, even on both sides, Lynn brought a nice crowd here. The enthusiasm, the atmosphere was just a great game. I look at the scores, a 15-point spread, but I never felt like we were up 15 points. I know Lynn is so dangerous. They have so many offensive weapons that they can get hot at any moment, and they did in the second half. They hit 2 or 3 threes in a row. They got 3 or 4 guys that can shoot it from deep, and they made those threes. And I thought when they cut it to maybe 10 or 11, that was the point where we actually got a couple good stops, and then we actually got a couple good buckets on our end, ran some clock, and got that separation we needed back to 14 or 15 points. But yeah, I think our players played as hard as guys can just about play. You know, I know that ceiling's up there, and we always try to get there, but they were pushing it today. They played really hard from the tip to the final buzzer, and you know that's kind of what we preach here. And it wins basketball games.
David, I saw you after the game. You took a moment to pray. You went into the stands. Who did you have up there?
Mother and stepdad.
And just talk about your emotions. How does this feel for you?
It was really emotional. I mean, just to come here last year and to a 6-20 team and just help them and just change the culture of coach, and that's what we've really been preaching, and just get guys to buy in, and the guys are buying in, and obviously we're moving to the Elite Eight, but it was just really emotional. Grew up a Christian, just really pray a lot, and just was thanking God for the blessing today and allowing me to play well and allowing my team to play well and find a way to win.
Does this feel differently, or if so, how, from you've been to similar, or even one step further before?
It feels the same. I mean, we're in the Elite Eight. We're in the same exact place we were when I was at West Lib, and still got more work to do. That's what we said in the locker room, and we're going to enjoy it, and tomorrow, we're going to be ready to go and figure out who our next opponent is and start the work.
Dwayne, for you, team is going back to Indiana. That's where you're from. Is this extra special because of that?
Yeah, it definitely is. I've always had take pride in being from Indiana, the basketball state, the Hoosier state. So just to have, have it come back full circle and have my last, hopefully 3 games, that's what we're pushing for. Last 3 games back home, it means a lot. My family's always been supportive of me, even, they kind of bittersweet, me coming down here as a freshman, far from home, but, I know they're bringing the van up to Evansville.
Coach, for you, does this feel different from your teams and you took at West Lib, or how so?
The excitement is the same. The team a little different because kind of had to melt this together. I'm sitting up here with David Dennis, who I've been with for 4 years. He's an extension of obviously me on the court. And a guy like Dwayne Gibson, who was with the program before I came here and has absolutely just changed and become an incredible supporter for me and an incredible player. And a guy like Nickel Kolstad, who came in new this year. So we've kind of pieced some things together here. But they're a team. It didn't take long to make these guys into a team. I don't think anybody here on our team cares about individual stuff. They're focused about being a good team player, whether it's points or glory or whatever. So, long answer to your question. It's the excitement's the same, but the team feels a little different, and what we've accomplished here has really been pretty cool.
Mikkel, this is your first year with the team, so obviously you were the missing piece that needed to the game. What are your emotions, and how does this feel for you to get there?
I mean, we had a lot of other great players come in as well, so I wouldn't say that, but I'm really happy. It's such a big game, and the crowd was amazing today, and it's so fun playing with these guys here.
Mikkel doesn't get too excited about anything. He stays pretty even-keeled most of the time.
Coach, you guys fell behind 6-0. They got 2 threes right away. You mentioned in the locker room, though, the guys never got rattled. They're still getting good shots. Just talk about the poise and the mentality of the team.
Yeah, and Lynn has done that a lot. They seem to have a knack for coming out and burying a couple of quick shots. And they were actually, the first one was very contested. I think that might have been you, David.
Right in my eye.
Yeah, he was right up on it. They were contested, and on the other end, we had a couple good looks. I thought on our end, we had them stumbling the ball just a little bit. The pressure was pretty good. So the score is not good, but the flow of the game was not bad at all. And so in that case, you're not really too upset about being down 6-0 when you feel like, hey, we got good looks. Defense was all right. They hit some tough shots. If they can hit shots from behind the arc with our hand in their face all day, they're going to win the game. But that never happens.
David, great night tonight, 28 points. Talk about the offense, the movement of the ball. You're able to get to the rack with ease, it seemed like. Just talk about the movement you guys have.
Coach always says if I can get to the rim or anyone gets to the rim and there's no help, it should be an assist for our other 4 teammates. It means they're moving, and obviously with shooters like Dwayne and Nick, Eddie, Mickle, it's hard to help. So this got to my spot, got to the elbow, and saw the lane was one-on-one, and that's where I excel. So I just made layups today and just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
And oftentimes, it's the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. Talk about Mickle, the start of the second half. You guys, I think, got an 11-0 run to get going. You hit a couple of big threes that really got you guys rolling there.
Yeah, I mean, as David said, we were attacking a lot and getting to the rim, so I think they got a switch and we're all helped off me, and I got a wide open 3 in the corner. Great pass by Mark, and we were ready. We knew Lynn would come back after halftime, so we knew we had to be ready and make another run. So,
Dwayne, this has kind of come full circle for you now, 6-20, now going to the Elite Eight. Just sum it up the best way you can.
Best way I can. Just glad it's not my last night here. Just I feel like so many games I was, grateful enough to play as a freshman, so I played a lot of games here, and I'm just glad that it's, the last one was a regional championship. I don't know. I'll think of some more later. That just feels glad we're still playing.
Dave, you said that the excitement is the same as when you and Coach Crutch went to the Elite Eight and actually the Final Four in your freshman year, but does the journey feel different?
Yeah, very different. I mean, going into West Lib, they're a powerhouse. I mean, been to 7 straight Sweet 16s, and I was coming in not trying to mess it up. And here, I'm trying to make something happen out of nothing. And I mean, that's why Coach brought me here, and we hugged each other after, and that's what we said to each other. That's what he brought me here for, just to help, and I'm glad I really could help. And just to be here in this spot with these boys is amazing and an unbelievable feeling.
Miguel, if I can ask you, late in the season, you were slumping a bit with your shooting. You come back resiliently here during the postseason. Anything change in your game?
no, I mean, my teammates kept telling me to keep shooting, and I knew if I get another chance, I'm gonna just step up. And Connor went down, so I knew I had to step up a little bit, and I would just keep shooting every day in practice and just stay ready. So I don't feel I changed anything, but just keep believing, and
Lane, how you feeling? How you doing?
I feel okay. I know I'll heal better after a win. So, it was just a little hyperextension, nothing too serious, but I'll be okay.
And David, as far as you're concerned, you've been here before. Tell me a little bit about your emotions now as you think about going up to Indiana.
Can't
Trying
say.
to do it in 2 schools now.
Can't say I have an emotion yet. I don't think it's all settled in. I think if you asked me that in the morning, I'd have a better answer. But I mean, it's a special feeling just to be able to go to the Elite Eight twice. Not many people have done that, and just to do it at 2 different schools, really not many people have done that one. But just to be, like I said, just to be a part of this team and be a part of the culture and just everyone's excitement there. I'm so excited for them because they've never been there. I've been there, I experienced it, and just for them to be so excited and trust in me and what I'm saying and what Coach is saying is just really an unbelievable feeling, and I'm just so glad to be a part of this.
Coach, start of the second half, I think it was a 13-0 run. What made that happen?
We actually come out in an offensive set where everybody gets a touch. And I kind of think that's been a good MO. I don't want to advertise that too much because we'll have to do something different now, I guess. But the last few games, we've come out in an offense where everybody got a touch, and it feels like everybody was involved. It's easy to kind of go back to the bread and butter. And I felt like Mark was doing some things and David was doing some things. It's pretty easy to call their number to come out the second half, but we went with a set that involves everybody equally. And I think that's a good way to start a half, a good way to start a game too. Along with, I felt like they can't continue to make shots from the perimeter, and the goal was to keep them from getting to the rim. Work hard, close down gaps, give them one shot, and they missed a few shots then too. Probably the same shots they took to start the game didn't go in the second half. So a little bit of it was by chance. A lot of it was guys coming out and got good looks on the offensive end for us every single time, and they made some good shots.
You always study the field. You know D2 like the back of your hand. What are the chances now that NSU would play West Liberty?
I think it might be 0.
I think they lost.
Yeah.
Sean Ryan tweeted me and said, win it, so I think they lost.
0.
If Sean Ryan's tweeting me, win it, then they lost.
If I was a gambling man, I wouldn't bet on that one, Howie. However, if they would have won,
You have a score?
if they would have won, it would be likely because I think we would be in that 3, 4, 5, 6 area where I don't think either one of us have been 1, 2, and I'm sure when we go, they seed now, and we won't be the top couple seeds, but we won't be the 7 or 8 seed. We'll be in the middle of the pack somewhere.
Mercyhurst 82, West Liv 70.
Mm-hmm.
One last question, Coach. Talk about how the crowd, how it motivated your players based on the game that you play with pressure and all that.
I think it does motivate guys. It's exciting, and that adrenaline, I think it keeps the adrenaline flowing with these guys. And even when you're a little tired, it keeps you pushing. Plus, again, the atmosphere here, it's just exciting to play in that kind of atmosphere. I feel as a coach, too, and I'll be honest with you. I feel it sometimes. The crowd gets into it, and it just makes you more focused, I think. It makes me more focused. Sometimes I fall asleep during games. That didn't happen tonight at all. So I felt like they're in tune. But these guys could probably answer that better. David, do you feel like the crowd helps you?
It does. I mean, it's fun just to play in front of all your peers and everyone you see walking the halls every day in the hallway, or just dapping up all the other sports and athletics and all the kids in the dorms. It's really fun to play and have them cheering you on as loud as they possibly can, just like we would do in their seasons as well.
I don't even have to ask Dwayne. I know it helps him. He makes special plays. He makes diving special plays when the crowd's into it. Mickle, I'm not sure. I think he's pretty well.
No.
He would kill.
No, the crowd really helped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations, guys. Good luck in the Elite Eight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more question.
That's a quick